All right. Oh, okay. So I was doing that. So from last episode, I fixed a little bit of things, kind of like lighting, sound, and then I'm gonna try and switch the timer up every time just to make things different. So
and you got a prettier guest.
yeah. So this is my homie John right here. You can introduce yourself.
All right, I'm John. I beat that pretty motherfucker, man.
All right. So yeah, hopefully this one should go a little bit better, just with quality and stuff like that. All right. So topic for today is kind of just ancient civilization. So it's a little bit like a few things that I touched up on last time, kind of like the ocean, pyramids, shit like that. But before we get into this, this came to my mind yesterday.
All right.
So when you're hungry or like anything like that, you go to the kitchen to make a sandwich, right? Yeah, have you ever done it? Okay.
Okay.
You can't tell me it don't taste better when your mom makes it for you. Like, not even just
That's
being lazy.
facts.
Not
That's
even just being
facts.
lazy. It just tastes better
That's facts.
when your mom or like something like that makes it for you.
I'm gonna be real. I think it's because I just be sitting in my bed and then there's just food.
Maybe
it's like I ain't gotta do
just
shit to like
yeah,
prepare.
Yeah,
you know?
but it's just like I don't know. It tastes better.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I feel like I honestly enjoy it more when I make it. It tastes better when my mom makes it, but I feel like I enjoy it more
because
like I
you put that little bit of extra spice of work,
Right?
effort.
Right? That's what I'm saying, bro.
All right,
All right,
so
I got a question for you
right.
actually. Is it Cheeto or chip?
yes.
No.
Why?
What the fuck is a Dorito?
A chip.
Okay, it's like that.
Yeah.
No, a Cheeto is not a chip.
Okay. What about like have you had pork rinds?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a chip?
No.
Why not? So what
Because-
would you call it? What would you classify it as?
A snackular item.
A snack?
Okay, is Chex Mix chips?
No,
Why?
because there's more than just chips in there.
Okay, but like
Okay,
the little like wheat squares. Are
The
those
little wheat
chips?
squares. That's like cereal.
Okay, so then Cheetos are cereal. Because it's basically the same thing. It's in chip form. It's like that's why they call it chips, because it's like the chip of a potato. I don't know, man. I'm telling you.
Actually, that makes sense. Like a chip off of the potato.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I don't think a Cheeto's a chip, personally.
That's crazy. You know. All right, whatever. Okay, so into the actual topic of today, off of food. So ocean.
Okay.
That's where I want to start at because oh wait, never mind. I was like, where's my phone? So, the ocean. That is by far the scariest and most undiscovered place on this planet.
The ocean is like my biggest interest, personally.
Oh, absolutely. But it's also one of my biggest fears, like of natural world.
I can see that. For sure, because like I think it's like only like 5% of it has been
Yeah,
explored,
no,
something like that.
It's like only like the surface of everyone that we.
Have you heard about what's it called, the Mariana Trench?
Yes.
Okay, this is I was looking into this the other day when you told me about this topic, because it's like I want to say it was up until 2012 no one had ever seen the bottom of it until 2012, and we've known about it for like hundreds of years, and it's like east of the Philippines, some weird area like that, right? But this thing, it's deeper than Mount Everest is tall. And, right, so immediately scientists off rip are like, okay, nothing can live down here because the pressure that water is putting down, it can bend iron.
Yes.
Like an iron rod, it will bend it. But when they went down in 2012, I want to say it was a dude named James Cameron, something like that. I had notes on it, but I forgot. But something like that. And he went down there, and they found some like microorganism, bacteria, weird stuff like that. And then they sent an unmanned device down into the trench to like roam the bottom. And there's like, you know the little light fish in Nemo?
Nemo,
the anglerfish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they found those, but they were like 10 times the size that they normally get.
Yeah. So, like the Kraken and stuff from like
Mm-hmm.
Pirates of the Caribbean, things like that. So I seen one time that it might not be like known as attacking ships, this and stuff like that, but there was this. I think it was like a squid, not even like an octopus. So it wasn't like as like big. It was 24 feet long, but that was just
Was that like just the body?
No, that was the child. Like that was an infant version of it. It's because I don't know. They tested something on it, and it was 24 feet long, but it was the infant of that species.
That's terrifying.
Exactly, but it's like hundreds of feet deep. So, like, what do you think is going down there? Like going on down there with all these different species and stuff like that. Like, there's gotta be.
I think it's like, okay. So if you get like, you have snakes, right?
Yes.
If you put your snakes, like regardless of what species, I don't know, like what are they called? Some like species of snake. We'll just
Yeah.
say that because I'm
Yeah.
not sure on words. But if you put a snake in a small tank,
Yes.
the snake is not going to get very big. If you put a snake in a bigger tank, that motherfucker gonna grow.
That makes sense because in the ocean you have an unlimited, and then you have like killer whales, dolphins, stuff like that
Yes.
that go to the size of their
Yes.
cage.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
okay,
saying.
that makes
So if you've looked at like the Atlantic Ocean?
Yeah.
Okay, there's like that side of the world, and it's like just ocean.
yeah. I know it's like Atlantic is California, right?
No,
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
I'm a little geographically challenged, but I want to say that that's Pacific.
So are we
Because-
talking about the piece in the middle of the countries? I think of like back of America. I think of like west side, like west coast. I think of that as like the back side,
Okay.
like because I don't know my oceans. Little dumb moment.
Oh God. Okay, but the piece that's touching Europe is the Atlantic, and then it comes down, I believe, because there's there's like
So we're talking about
there's the U.S. and then there's Europe, like right over here, and there's that like almost channel type thing. It's a giant fucking channel. But
Yes.
There's a channel.
Yes.
And then it underneath a little bit,
And
right
then-
before Antarctica, there's
Yes.
that
Okay, I know
giant
what you're talking about.
space.
Okay, now
That's what I'm. Yeah. That's a big fucking tank, dude.
Yeah. He said that's a big tank.
fucking tank.
Okay, so one thing also ocean, the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay. Oh my
He said,
fuck.
time out.
Okay, hold up. Okay, so have you heard of those things called blue holes?
No.
Okay, so basically, it's like a sinkhole in the ocean.
So wait,
Right.
how does it happen? Like, what do you
Okay,
mean, a
so
sinkhole?
it's sinkhole's kind of like a shitty description because it's not really what it is, but it's basically this giant hole, right?
Yeah.
And they go like hundreds and hundreds of feet down, and there are like divers that specifically seek out blue holes, and they say it's like a waterfall.
So you're
Inside
like,
the
so
water.
you're underneath water, but you're being pulled down. Okay. See, now that makes sense.
Yeah, right. So there's that. They're connected. Like all the blue holes in the Bermuda Triangle, which is like the most populated blue hole area, whatever. They're all connected through a tunnel system.
So is that why everything in that area is immediately sucked or like gone because
That's one of the theories.
that's the theories? Okay.
Okay, and then there was this other one that I looked into, and I'm kind of mad that it's not real. What I'm about to say is not real, but I'm pissed because it was really cool. So, under the Bermuda Triangle, they do this thing with sonar where they can. It's like draining the ocean, right?
Okay.
And they don't drain anything actually,
it's
but
like
they
a
like
video.
map everything
Yeah,
out in
that
a, like 3D whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so they did that, and there was these underground structures, is what it looked like, right? It looked like legit like building blocks from like ancient Egyptian times.
Yeah.
Right? How they'd stack like that cobblestone type stuff, but like those giant fucking rocks. It looks
Yeah.
like that. And so what they were thinking is that there was a city under there, and since there's a city under the fucking water,
Yeah.
they're like, okay, clearly they had something like some higher knowledge and some shit that we don't know about.
Okay, that's what I want to definitely get into later, but like
Yes.
land stuff.
Okay, so what they thought was that this landmass was like deeper than obviously surface level.
Yeah.
So they looked into it, and they were getting like real strong EMF readings and so electromagnetic fields.
Okay.
So they think that's what was throwing off the ship's like navigation, the plane's navigation, so that they didn't know where the fuck they were at, and then they're just gone.
Gone.
But then they look into it as a natural forming thing, and it's like
That's gay.
I know. I was so pissed.
I was like, okay.
I watched this
I
whole
was
like hour-long video on it, and it was like the biggest blue balls of my life. It sucked.
because I was like, Atlantis, what?
Right? That's what I'm saying. So I was so excited. Like I saw a little thumbnail, and I was like, oh.
Okay. So, like ancient Egyptian stuff like that. So, pyramids. I want to get into this. Yes, he said yes. Okay. So we have like, okay, I touched on this last episode. I don't know if you watched.
I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So there's pyramids in Egypt,
Mm-hmm.
pyramids in like Mexico, Antarctica, underwater.
Yep.
So these underwater pyramids, like all this stuff, like they're like twice the size of the ones in Egypt too, the ones underwater, and they all have like that cone shape at the top for the last building block. All of it, like, how does that make sense that you have pyramids all over the globe, when geologically none of these civilizations or anything theoretically knew about each other.
Okay, so you know what? Something else is gonna trip you out a little bit. All of these like big like structures that were built in ancient times, right? Okay, so the Great Pyramid of Giza is lined up to I want to say the nearest 15th degree of like on like a basic compass. It's lined up with the north, east, south, and west. It like and exactly lined up with.
So like you have the pyramid at the top, and it's like the four corners are.
Yep. Ooh. Like directly. Stonehenge is the exact same way. The exact same way, and off to the nearest 15th degree. So they were off by the exact same math. And the Stonehenge was constructed by the British, like way after the pyramids. Sorry.
Fuck. Don't worry about it.
We'll ignore that. But yeah, and then
okay. So hold on. Do you think because isn't it said that the Earth's it tilted a little bit over the years or something like that? Mm-hmm. So what if when they were constructed, it was everything was actually on the correct degree? So we're all tilted.
That's what I was looking into, and I was literally looking into it like right before I got here. But basically, it's because the way the tectonic plates shifted.
Okay.
That's the reason that they're off. Just
so
a smidgen.
That means that they were built in the exact same degree, at least, though.
Mm-hmm. And the Pyramid of Giza, the only reason it's off, or like the explanation behind it, was because it was shifting around this way and then moved laterally.
Okay.
So it didn't. If it had moved north to south, it would have been off by a lot more.
But,
Something's in.
But okay, see, that's what else is crazy is that you know how like. Okay, I also talked about this last time. So you have the core of the Earth, correct?
Yes.
Then you have the outer core.
Okay.
And then, like, there's the different layers
the
of the Earth,
and
all that stuff. Yeah. We have no idea if that's real.
Facts.
Because all of that is theorized. I looked into that. All of that is theorized. We're taught in science, geography, all this stuff, that a theory. They said that this is what we are being told, this is facts, but none of it is actually true because we cannot drill past the crust because of the pressure from the Earth and everything. Mm-hmm. So, hear me out. What if, because it's kind of cool to theorize, I don't know if it's really real, there's a civilization on the inside of the Earth, and they have something pressurized or something. So you know how in Black Panther, they have the invisible wall to keep, so what if they have something like pressurized, something to keep things out? Because they know about all these different surfaces and these people around us, like the humans, and how they're messing everything up. And that it's kind of just like they want to keep that out because they have something so pure and good going on.
Okay, so check this out. That's real, 100%. I'm like convinced as fuck that shit is real. Okay, because so there's this tribe in the Amazon.
Are you talking about the one that's on the island or whatever?
No, those are like the man-eating people.
Yeah.
No, that's scary. Fuck that. But no, okay, it's this tribe in the Amazon, right? And where they're located geographically is known for like giant caves.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So in their native folklore, they talk about protecting an ancient passageway that's running through the caves to Middle Earth, right? So that's like real ancient shit.
It's like the only hole that's open left to...
Hear me out. Okay,
shit.
So then there's this other tribe that's so this one is in the Amazon, which is like South America somewhere around there.
I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure. I'm horrible.
I know.
And then there's another tribe that's in one of those like weird Asian countries that I can't like pronounce the name of, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
So
it's like way out there in the jungle.
Over there.
Across the world.
Yes.
Okay? The exact same story. Same kind of cave structure, exact same folklore, millions and millions of miles apart.
So they kind of are protecting the whole...
From humans' entry, and they won't let anybody in there. There's been like researchers going, and like they'll tell them the stories, but they won't let them in. Like they've like killed people trying to go in there.
What? Okay. Okay, I have to take a second to process all that because there's just so many... Okay, now that you got my mind racing, it's kind of like, oh damn, we only got 15 minutes. That was fast. Okay, so if they're protecting it, does that mean they're from there or they have had contact with the people or the things that are in there? That's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard.
It could be either one. To be honest, they could have had like just contact and like shared resources,
exactly,
information, and such.
and that's what helps keep those civilizations alive. Like the ancient.
Maybe they have like they're like gods to them, something like that.
That makes sense because each religion has their own reasoning for having the gods and what their theory of it is. That's crazy. Okay,
Right?
because ancient civilization. So I definitely believe in this. So there's no way that they weren't more advanced than we are right now. That's okay. Specifically Egypt. I want to get on this. So I see this is not my theory. I seen this. I got onto YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So they were so advanced, right, that they had all these biodegradable, like everything around was biodegradable, help save the earth because they figured out kind of like where we are now, how the earth is like starting to like
Kind of
be affected from us and our whatever you want to call it, like our equipment, our machines, all that stuff.
okay.
So everything is 100% biodegradable. And then they're kind of went past where we are now and already have their own downfall because each civilization, like history repeats itself. So it has its peak and then it breaks down completely.
Mm-hmm.
So all the sand in Egypt, like those giant deserts, where did the sand come from? What if it's all their, like everything, their entire civilization decomposed into sand? Because what's
That's kinda cool.
underneath
I
the
like
sand?
that.
What's underneath the sand?
I need to look into that.
I want to I haven't looked into that, but like, does anyone there's someone's got to have like dug past it, but what's actually like all of that covering? There's got to be something that we don't know that it's covered.
Huh.
Like, what if there's a piece from that ancient civilization or something that
Just
gets
something
more?
that wasn't.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
That's fucking crazy.
yeah,
I like
that's
that.
what I thought. And then have you seen where Egyptians harnessed the power of electricity?
Yes.
That's why I think that this is more real because there is hieroglyphics and all this stuff showing that they harness the power of electricity. Like, so the peaks of all the pyramids is all that like gold, like it's a piece of gold, whatever, because it what do you call, conducts electricity. And then there's those hieroglyphics that show, I forgot, it's a Nikola Tesla kind of used those pictures or depictions or whatever, and it's the same thing. It's like a glass bottle and it has a little beam going through there and it's electricity.
Yep. Okay. So the pyramids were constructed, or the inside of the pyramids was limestone. Limestone is a
Yes.
natural insulator, and so it holds the power. The gold on
Yeah.
top is to draw it in through
Yes.
lightning, right? So they draw in that natural source of power, and then have you seen the? It's like a ancient battery. It's like made out of copper and something else. I don't know. It conducts up to like 50 volts, something like
shit.
that, and it's like 5,000 years old. Yeah.
So
And-
it wasn't like a large amount like we have now, but there's some sort of
Oh no, I think they were doing it on a large scale, personally, because the Tesla coil was modeled after.
Yeah, okay, see,
And
that's
it
what I was
just-
seeing.
mhm.
That it was a model, like, he took the same theory of, like, gold and then the spiral, like, the coils around everything to conduct the electricity and just have everything flow.
Yeah, no, that's that's definitely from Egypt, Sumeria, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay, so, yeah, Sumerians. I want you to get into that, because you texted me about it, and I was looking into it. It was, like, and then what was the other word? The
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki. So, it's
Okay.
like, they're deities or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
I want you to explain that.
Okay, so check this out. So the ancient Sumerians, they were in what's called the Fertile Crescent of the world, which was like Middle Eastern ish area. Like so, there's Egypt and
everything
then
is
across
just
the
completely fertile
Mediterranean.
in there. So
Mhm.
stuff
Yeah.
goes. Okay.
Okay, so they're the ones that I don't remember if you learned about this in class, but there was how they were the ones that started agriculture, and they weren't just nomads, because before the Sumerians, people were nomads and moving all the time and hunting, and they were
exactly, yes.
right. So Sumerians were the first ones to set up a civilization and a running, working civilization.
Yeah.
And they invented the wheel, geometry, arithmetic, and a whole bunch of other
So
shit.
they're way more advanced than we were at that time.
Yes, 100%. So the thing with Anunnaki, the theory behind that is that the Anunnaki are from a planet called Nibiru, and there's a whole bunch of weird shit. But they're from a planet called Nibiru, and they can come down. I want to say it's like every 2,500 to 3,000 years.
Okay.
Right? Because that's the only time their planet orbits close enough to ours, and I have a theory about that too. Bro, it's so much shit. But basically, they came to Earth because of gold, right?
Okay.
Gold, think about it. Why do we need it? Why is it so precious to us? Because it's a shitty metal.
Yeah, okay. I've thought about that too. Why are diamonds and all that stuff has no value? We just give it the value.
Mm-hmm. So the gold thing, like diamonds, okay, I can understand that. It's the hardest material known to man right now.
Okay, but we use it for like
jewelry.
Exactly.
But it's been used in tools.
Yeah.
And like obsidian, it's been used in tools and stuff like that. So gold, it really can't be.
No.
It's literally just decorative. And people weren't just like, shiny, huh?
Yeah.
No. So what they think is that the Anunnaki came down and needed gold for some odd reason. There's a whole theory behind it, and I'm kind of spacing on it, kind of hate myself. But they came down, wanted the gold. The gold was of value to them.
Yeah.
So they instilled in the people on Earth that gold is of value so that we would set up gold mines and get what they needed for them. Right?
What?
Mm-hmm. 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 And so then, later in history, you know the story of Noah's Ark?
Yes.
And the Great Flood? Okay, so that was real.
Yeah.
The Great Flood, 100% real.
Yeah,
Noah's
I
Ark,
definitely believe because how do you have the Grand Canyon and all these places that are like so like
Facts.
I don't know. There's all these different places that have all this water erosion stuff like that, but they're thousands of feet above water level, and then all this stuff that's below water level had to have some kind of like
huge.
I want to say like there was humans there, like there's some type of life there. So what we have the ocean is kind of just, and everything above ground is just stuff that didn't really get the flood on one.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I see where you're going with that. But the thing with the flood is it washed everything away.
Okay.
The gold mines, all of that.
All right.
And I don't know if you remember this, but in history class they taught us about how that Spanish conquistador came over to the Americas
for gold, God, and glory.
Mm-hmm,
okay.
Searching for that like promised land of mountains of gold.
The glory.
Right?
Part.
Yeah. Okay, so he came over searching for that.
Okay.
I just want you to keep that in mind. Okay, so, and the Anunnaki were mining strictly gold.
Yes.
And had like stockpiles of it here.
Oh.
Because think about it, they can't leave for another 3,000 years.
Okay.
So they're just stockpiling so they can take all of it back.
Okay.
Right? So I'm thinking that's where a little bit of that folklore comes in. That's kind of my theory on that one. But with the flood, they think that it wiped out all the mines, wiped out all of the stuff that they had set up already. And that's why the Anunnaki taught them agriculture and geometry and arithmetic.
So they would stay there.
So they could rebuild and remake the gold mines and
because
continue
they
doing
found the source, or like the biggest source of.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because with the big flood, I'm thinking. So you watch SpongeBob, right? So you know that little island that they show when they come above surface. So I want to think of like Mount Everest and stuff like that as that little piece of that beach, whatever, and everything else is still a part of that flood, or because water evaporation, this and that, blah blah blah, rivers. Does that make sense? How it kind of flows, and there's so what we have now is that little piece of land that's still left over, and everything. So I'm guessing water level was so much lower. That's why we have the Mariana Trench or whatever, is because all of that was maybe a canyon or something like that just got flooded. And what we have now, and that's why it keeps breaking apart and stuff like that, because you know how like river water, if it's flowing, it'll find a way to flow. Mm-hmm. If it's going, it's gonna go no matter what.
Okay.
So I'm guessing with the tectonic and how things are shifting, it's that water still circulating, pushing everything around.
Okay.
But very slowly, just because it's massive amounts. So I'm guessing that what we have right now is like just a little piece of land that didn't get flooded.
I like that. That's solid. That's dope. Okay, I haven't thought about that one. That's pretty fucking cool.
So 5 minutes left. Anything you want to end on, like a solid conversation, or else we can take it in a completely random direction.
Let me think.
Because I have some random ass theories. They're completely off topic, but
what's your opinion on crystals?
Like the astrology, the astrology shorty, stupid as hell.
Why?
crystals because how does this crystal give you energy and power? Okay, time out. Before you explain, I've heard it because Mariana, she works with me. You know what that is?
No,
Okay.
but I'll pretend I do.
Okay, yes. Anyway, she's a Dixie doll, whatever. And she says that everything vibrates or has some kind of anything. So that vibration is what gives it the power.
Facts.
I don't know.
Yes.
It's stupid as hell.
So then the Egyptians are stupid as hell.
How? Why does that have to do with vibration?
Okay, so those giant columns that you see that the Egyptians made were different crystals. Drawing in energy. Everything has a frequency and vibration. If you put see how that vibrates?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I'm putting energy into it. Energy is vibration. Vibration is energy. Right? So the
Fuck
crystals,
you.
right? Right?
Okay.
Okay,
Maybe
so
these girls aren't so stupid.
that's what I'm saying. Okay, so limestone is a natural conductor of electricity. Electricity is energy. Energy is vibration, correct?
Okay, keep going.
Okay. So hear me
Alright,
out.
you got me, you
If
got me.
limestone conduct the energy in the form of electricity,
Yes.
okay, there's all millions of different types of energy,
Okay.
right? So you have different conductors for each one.
Yeah.
Okay, so like you have conductors for heat. You
Yes.
have conductors for electricity, like.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Right?
That makes sense.
Okay,
Yes.
so different vibrations and different kinds of energy require different conductors. These different conductors are different crystals. That's why these different things give you different vibes. Like your heart has an electromagnetic field of about 10 feet around it.
Yeah.
So that's why you, like, if I'm sitting across from you and
Yeah.
we click like that and we can just go off of each other
Yes.
and we're vibing, it's because our heart's electromagnetic field are vibrating in roughly
The
the
same
same
fre-
wavelength.
So do you think they have this connection to soulmates?
Yes, 100%.
So,
I think people can have a lot of soulmates, personally.
Okay, see, that is what I have that same thing. Oh shit! I'll try to make this quick. There's your soulmates, which everyone has. Like because frequencies, there's so many different kinds, and with how many people there are, there's got to be so many that are very, very, very like probably like millimeters, if not like even smaller, to the same thing.
Mhm.
Twin flames, however, is the only other person I believe that has the exact same frequency or like vibration.
But it would
if you
just
want,
never work like that.
if you want to call it vibrations,
Okay.
So we're gonna say it's like wavelengths. Twin flames are gonna be the person that has the exact same one as you. But did you take physics this year?
No, actually, I didn't.
Okay, so in physics we learned that I think this is correct. If they're at the exact same and they're coming at each other, they kind of bounce because it's gonna stop itself.
Mhm.
So I'm guessing that's why you never find your twin flame, is because since they're on the exact same,
You repel.
it repels itself because you have
That's what
positive
they say,
to positive.
like opposites attract.
Exactly. Because
Okay.
then it creates like, with these opposites, they kind of start, I feel like, slowly start merging together to make its own. Because if you have the exact same person, which is your twin flame, which is like supposed to be the person that is meant for you, like the best person for you, it's kind of going to repel itself. So it's something you almost have to force.
Okay.
But with the opposites attract, it's like putting positive to negative, with
And it
magnets.
just sticks.
Because energy, it sticks.
Okay.
So when you have the opposite, like wavelengths, they like merge to make the one.
That's dope. I've never thought about that. That is.
Yeah.
That's sick. That is sick as fuck. I like that.
You know what's crazy? 75% of this like crazy talk that we went over today, I found on TikTok. I started on TikTok.
TikTok, bro. I swear to God. It's like, I think it was genuinely invented to make us stupider. 100%.
Because-
100%. But the amount of information that I've picked up off of TikTok is insane.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that's about it for today. I want to appreciate John. I'm gonna have to have you on another episode.
Bro,
'Cause
bet.
probably another shit because this went too well. But that's probably all we're gonna go over today. Like I said, I hope everything came out a little bit better, audio wise, visual wise, things like that. Anything else you want to say? End it off. Shout yourself out on anything.
Yeah, actually hit up my Instagram. I'll have Logan drop it in the video.
Okay.
That's about it. Oh, definitely hit up my TikTok. I actually do like motivational speaking type shit, so hit that up for sure.
All right. See y'all later.
Adios.